وقل رب زدني علما.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا، من يهديه الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. Inshallah, we have the class of tafsir from Surah An'aam. Surah An'aam, verse وَمَنْ قَدَّرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ, verse 91. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وَمَا قَدَّرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ وَالْأَرْضُ جَمِيعًا قَبْضَتُهُ. وَمَا قَدَّرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ وَالْأَرْضُ جَميعًا قَبْضَتُهُ يوم القيامة والسماوات مطويات به. وما قدر الله، جزاك الله خيرا. وما قدر الله حق قدره إذ قالوا ما أنزل الله على بشر من شيء. قل من أنزل الكتاب الذي جاء به موسى نورا وهدى للناس تجعلونه قراطيس تبدونها وتخفون كثيرا وعلمتم ما لم تعلموا أنتم ولا آباؤكم قل الله ثم ذرهم في خوضهم يلعبون. وهذا كتاب أنزلناه مبارك مصدق الذي بين يديه ولتنذر أم القرى ومن حولها والذين يؤمنون بالآخرة يؤمنون به وهم على صلاتهم يحافظون. الله أخونا الله يسلمك، تقرأ الشرح.
قال الشيخ رحمه الله في تفسير قوله تعالى وما قدر الله حق قدره الآية. هذا تشنيع على من نفى الرسالة من اليهود والمشركين وزعم أن الله ما أنزل على بشر من شيء، فمن قال هذا فما قدر الله حق قدره ولا عظمه حق عظمته، إذ هذا قدح في حكمته وزعم أنه يترك عباده هملا لا يأمرهم ولا ينهاهم، ونفي لأعظم منة امتن الله بها على عباده، وهي الرسالة التي لا طريق للعباد إلى نيل السعادة والكرامة والفلاح إلا بها، فأي قدح في الله أعظم من هذا؟ قل لهم ملزما بفساد قولهم وقررهم بما به يقرون. من أنزل الكتاب الذي جاء به موسى وهو التوراة العظيمة نورا في ظلمات الجهل وهدى من الضلالة وهاديا إلى الصراط المستقيم علما وعملا، وهو الكتاب الذي شاع وذاع وملأ ذكره القلوب والأسماع، حتى إنهم جعلوا يتناسخونه في القراطيس ويتصرفون فيه بما شاءوا، فما وافق أهواءهم منه أبدوه وأظهروه، وما خالف ذلك أخفوه وكتموه، وذلك كثير. وعلمتم من العلوم التي بسبب ذلك الكتاب الجليل ما لم تعلموا أنتم ولا آباؤكم، فإذا سألتهم عن من أنزل هذا الكتاب الموصوف بتلك الصفات فأجب عن هذا السؤال وقل الله الذي أنزله، فحينئذ يتضح الحق وينجلي مثل الشمس وتقوم عليه الحجة. ثم إذا ألزمتهم بهذا الإلزام ذرهم في خوضهم يلعبون، أي اتركهم يخوضوا في الباطل ويلعبوا بما لا فائدة فيه حتى يلاقوا يومهم الذي يوعدون.
Translation of the Tafseer. They have no grasp of Allah's true measure when they say, Allah has never sent down anything to a human being. Say, who then sent down the book which Musa brought as a light and guidance to people, which you made into separate sheets, disclosing some but concealing the majority. You were taught by it what neither you nor your fathers had known. Say, Allah sent it down, then leave them to play in their vain talk. The Sheikh said in his tafsir, Allah disparages the Jews and the polytheists who deny the message and prophethood and claim that Allah has not sent anything to a human. In fact, those who have this belief do not show the respect and obedience that is due from them to Allah, as this attitude of theirs represents doubt in Allah's mind and unmatched wisdom. Doubt in Allah's unlimited and unmatched wisdom. Additionally, their belief claims that Allah will leave His creation neglected, meaning He will not show them what is right and what is wrong. They are in fact denying one of Allah's greatest blessings that He has sent upon His servants, which is prophethood. Apart from this prophethood, there is no other way for people to receive guidance, become successful, and gain prosperity. Can there be anything more evil and worse than showing doubts concerning Allah and denying His system of prophethood? Say, in order to negate their denial and to ask them to follow what they themselves accept, who then sent down the book which Musa brought, referring to the great Torah as a light, meaning a guiding light in the darkness of ignorance, and guidance for the misguided towards the enlightened path of righteousness. This is the book that has been widely related, whose descriptions filled the hearts and minds to the extent that they had it written and printed and began to use it as they wished and desired. What they found within it in accordance to their desires they disclosed, and what was against their desires they concealed. However, that which they concealed was more than they revealed. This was the utter denial of the truth which they committed. You were taught by it, referring to this great book, what neither you nor your fathers had known. After you asked them about what the one who sent this book, i.e., Allah, and who has all the attributes mentioned in it, then reply to their objection and say, Allah, meaning, relate to them that the sender of this book is none other than Allah. Thus, the truth will be as clear as daylight and the argument will be established against them. Then leave them to play in their vain talk. That is, let them remain in their state of falsehood so that they play with things that are of no benefit for them until they reach the day which has been promised for them.
جزاكم الله خيرا أحسنتم. In this ayah, Surah An'aam, verse 91, Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَمَا قَدَّرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِ. They means the Jewish Quraysh pagans and all idol worshippers. مَا قَدَّرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِ. Didn't estimate Allah with an estimation due to Him. إذ قالوا ما أنزل الله على بشر من شيء. When they say nothing did Allah send down to any human being. قل من أنزل الكتاب الذي جاء به موسى. Say, O the Messenger of Allah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who then sent down the book which Musa brought, هدى نورا وهدى للناس, as light and guidance to mankind. تجعلونه قراطيس تبدونها وتخفون كثيرا. Which you, meaning O Jewish, have made into separate paper sheets, disclosing some and hiding some, and hiding much. وعلمتم ما لم تعلموا أنتم ولا آباؤكم. And you were taught that which neither you, nor your fathers knew. قل الله, say Allah, ثم ذرهم في خوضهم يلعبون. Then leave them to play in their vain discussions. In this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that whoever says Allah didn't send down a book of guidance to human, Allah didn't send a messenger, Allah didn't send down a revelation, that one didn't estimate Allah with an estimation due to him. He didn't magnify Allah. He didn't honor Allah. The one who say Allah didn't reveal into any of his messengers, Allah didn't send down any book, a book of guidance, guiding the human to that which is good. Allah didn't send a book. Allah let the human have no book, have no guidance. That one, he didn't magnify Allah. He didn't honor Allah. He didn't estimate Allah the right estimation. ما قدر الله حق قدره. They didn't estimate Allah with an estimation due to him. إذ قالوا ما أنزل الله على بشر من شيء. When they say nothing did Allah send down to any human being. Question: how he didn't honor Allah, he didn't magnify Allah, he didn't estimate Allah his right estimation, the one who says Allah didn't send a book of guidance to a human? How? Logically, how someone who says Allah created the human and he didn't send any book of guidance to them, he didn't send any messenger, Allah didn't show the human, didn't send a book showing them the right way, warning the bad way, calling them to the good. Allah didn't do that. The one who say that, how can you logically prove that he is wrong and he didn't honor Allah? Yes, Abu Hamid. Very good. It's like he said Allah created all this human, all this creation without a purpose, without a reason. Hamalan. That didn't honor Allah. Another brother, how he didn't honor Allah, the one who say Allah didn't send a book. How? Someone he says he believes is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most wise, is the most merciful, and Allah it is. But Allah didn't send any book to the human. Allah didn't guide the human. He didn't show the way. Barakallah, ahsant. That didn't think about Allah properly. He didn't think about Allah properly. Imagine now a company who make a big machine and they don't make manual book. There's no instructions. So you yourself have to suffer how to fix, how to install everything. You have no knowledge of it. You try. One time try this, it get breakdown. One time you try this, it may get explosion. One time you need to redo it again. And you just try. Which one is more wise? That one or another company who made instructions and guidelines and manual book for what they make? Which will grow? The second one. Because the second one, he guide you, he show you how to use these things, how to avoid the harm and how to achieve the good. Every human, you give credit to that one. How is it logically possible then Allah, who subhanahu wa ta'ala, the all-wise, the most merciful, the most knowledgeable, not to guide his creation, not to show them the straight path? How is it possible? To leave them blind, knowing nothing. They try. This one worship cow, this one worship object, this one worship himself, this one worship human, this one. Allah doesn't show the way. How is it possible? So that's why they didn't honor Allah. They didn't magnify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala due to His Azza wa Jal estimation. وَمَا قَدَّرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ وَمَا قَدَّرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ إِذْ قَالُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَى بَشَرٍ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. Those who said that, the Jewish, they liars. They know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the book of Torah. But they saying this just to object Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When someone is upon falsehood, he comes with arguments which contradicts to what he says. Anyone who is upon falsehood, give him time. He himself contradicts to himself. Allah said in Quran, وَلَا يَأْتُونَكَ بِمَثَلٍ إِلَّا جِئْنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ وَأَحْسَنَ تَفْسِيرًا. Anything they come up with to oppose the revelation, Allah brings subhanahu wa ta'ala that which makes clear that they wrong. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَمَا قَدَّرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ. The Jewish, when they say that, they didn't magnify Allah, they didn't honor Allah, they didn't estimate Allah with an estimation due to Him. When they say, when مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَى بَشَرٍ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. Nothing did Allah send down to any human being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the book of the Quran, is a book of knowledge, it's a book of guidance. From the knowledge of the Quran, Allah teaches us how to debate, how to refute the falsehood, the wise way to approach things, the wisdom to call others to the good. So this group who say Allah didn't send any book, number one, Allah refuted them, subhanahu wa ta'ala, logically, that the one who say that didn't honor Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And everyone knows that is wrong. The second, Allah refuted them. It is them who claim, who say, and they write, Allah sent book, the book of Torah, unto Prophet Musa. They say that in a way. Allah refuted them. Allah said, قُلْ مَنْ أَنزَلَ الْكِتَابَ الَّذِي جَاءَ بِهِ مُوسَى. Say, who's the one who sent down the book that Musa came with? Who then sent down the book which Musa brought? Who sent down the book? They must say Allah. Then you contradicted. While that book was, and this is the nature of the book Allah sent down. Because this is Allah, what Allah deserves, subhanahu wa ta'ala. That the book is Nuran wa Hudan linnas, light and guidance for human. Who the one who sent down the book of Musa as guidance and light to the people. Ask them. So the books of Allah are light. What do you do with the light? This light now. This light, what it shows us? It shows you what you want to see. Turn this light off now, you don't see it. So, likewise, the religion, the revelation of Allah is a light. It shows you the haqq. As Shaykh Sa'di said, rahimahullah, light of belief, light of mada sunnah, light of obedience, light of knowledge, light of remembering Allah. And it removes you from the darkness of shirk, the darkness of innovation, the darkness of sin, the darkness of ignorance, the darkness of heedlessness and awareness. So, the book that Allah sent down, ask them who sent down the book to Musa, that book which is a guidance, light and a guidance for a human. They say in Allah that they are defeated. What they did to that book, let alone the book of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Quran they rejected. Even the one they accepted, Allah sent down. How they treat that book? Did they honor that book, which is a book of guidance, book of light. Allah said, تَجْعَلُونَ قَرَاطِيسَ تُبْدُونَها وَتُخْفُونَ كَثِيرًا. You make it paper sheets, disclosing some of it and concealing much. These are their characteristics. The book of Allah, with all of it, is light and guidance. Whether it relates to the creed, it relates to the manners, it relates to the act of worship, it relates to the dealings, all of it is guidance. It's the right thing. Those people, they have a sickness. Whatever they see opposes their desires and lusts, their status in this worldly life. From the book of Allah, they hide it. They don't show the people. Whatever doesn't get along, doesn't object their desire, they expose it. They disclose it. And Allah command, subhanahu wa ta'ala, us to take all the book of Allah, all of it. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا ادْخُلُوا فِي السِّلْمِ كَافَّةً. You take all the religion. You don't take the religion only from the aqidah, creed. And when it comes to the manners, you ignore it. In the masjid, mashallah, you perform salah well, alhamdulillah. But when you go outside, you treat different. You are not the same person. La. Wherever you are, be upon the light of the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal. So this group, some of the book, they conceal it. They disclose it. And they hide much. وَعُلِّمْتُمْ مَا لَمْ تَعْلَمُوا أَنْتُمْ وَلَا آبَاؤُكُمْ. This also from the barakah, the blessings in that book, the book of Torah. وَعُلِّمْتُمْ مَا لَمْ تَعْلَمُوا أَنْتُمْ وَلَا آبَاؤُكُمْ. And you were taught that which neither you nor your fathers knew. You were taught that which neither you nor your fathers knew. Meaning this book, the book of Torah, let alone the book of Quran, which is bigger, consists of knowledge. That the current people never know it. Nor them, nor even their forefathers. Knowledge. Allahu Akbar. Knowledge, full of knowledge. Find any book on earth more knowledgeable than the book of Quran. It talks about Aqidah. It talks about the stories, what happened in the past, how it happened exactly, truthfully, in a clear way. Stories you start, you don't stop until you finish. Very connected to, full of wisdom. Quran, full of many knowledge. Many knowledge. Even the knowledge today, our time, people are so amazed with, which never happened before. Knowledge of science. Of our time. It is the time of this, is never been before like this. Yes, never been before this. People, they go where they now. No doubt they go above the cloud. That we agree on. Some they say even above the moon. Way far the moon. They say they pass so many stars, they say. Vegan War or Vega 2, what was it? Yes. They say they send how many years, 50 years or 30 years back, that device to the still flying, bringing send. Al-Muhim. But even that, from these people, they know from certain things amazes you. From that the universe, the beginning was smoke. And then you find in the Quran that it was the beginning, it was smoke. أولم يرى الذين كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما. That one day the earth and the sky was one. Allah split it. وهي دخان. The one day the sky was smoke. How Prophet Muhammad could have known that? And many things in detail. In a way, some of the non-Muslims, people of knowledge, when they come to that, they believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. And they enter Islam and they call others to Islam. Some of them who even didn't enter because they blindly following their father, whatever they consider for worldly status, they bear witness that Quran must be a book of Allah. They say because Prophet Muhammad said, they say Muhammad could ever know this information. It was never known until 25 years. With very sophisticated instrument, technology, how could he know 1,400 years? Impossible. Let alone being illiterate, not reading, not writing. No human ever mentioned this knowledge before. Never, even in theory. How could he know? He said he must be someone sent by God. He's a non-Muslim, he's a Christian. So, Quran full of, subhanallah, so much knowledge. That which a human being didn't comprehend yet. Allah وحده هو الذي أحاط بعلمه كتابه علما. So this Quran consists of so many knowledge. So many knowledge. So every field you get the knowledge of the Quran. Every field. Every field. So Allah said, وَعُلِّمْتُ مَا لَمْ تَعْلَمْ أَنْتُمْ وَلَا آبَاؤُكُمْ. You were taught that which you never know, you nor your forefathers. Who sent that book? This is a question to the Jewish. Who said Allah didn't send a book? Who sent that book that Allah gave to Musa? Book of guidance, book of light, through which you've been taught that which you never know, you and your forefathers. The book, you conceal some of it, much of it, and you disclose some of it. Who sent now? Qulillah, say it's Allah. Then you contradicted. And you didn't honor Allah. You didn't estimate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what he deserves. Then Allah said, ثُمَّ ذَرْهُمْ فِي خَوْضِهِمْ يَلْعَبُونَ. Then leave them. ذَرْهُمْ فِي خَوْضِهِمْ يَلْعَبُونَ. Then leave them to play in their vain discussions. Leave them to play in their vain discussions. Means after you made the truth clear, you prove to them they're contradicting, they are not truthful. After that, nobody should be deceived with their wrong argument. Then after that, leave them alone. You have no authority on them. You cannot guide them. You cannot enforce them. And you were not sent to that. You made the message clear. Busy yourself with that which benefit you. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, so in this ayah, that when you make clear to somebody, when you make the haqq, the truth, the sunnah, the salafiyah, the right thing, clear to someone, but still he arguing. After that, therhu, leave him alone. Don't waste your time. Don't grieve. Don't busy yourself. Leave him alone. You learn from the Quran. ثُمَّ ذَرْهُمْ. First, make sure that you make clear to him. Naam, in a way, is very clear to him. After that, ذَرْهُمْ فِي خَوْضِهِمْ يَلْعَبُونَ. So Ahl Sunnah, they don't argue with the people. They know there's no benefit in their arguments. Some people, they say, come on, let we have a debate, let we have talk. They're not seeking truth. You don't debate with these people. Someone you know, he's not accepting the haqq. You know he's lying, he contradicting, he lie on you. He may even transgress you, he may even hit you. He may spread lies. Don't debate with him. Leave him alone. The people of knowledge said, the people who you give da'wah are four groups. They are four groups. All who human, they are four groups. If you're calling them to haqq, you have to know who group you're dealing with. What are these groups? One group. Al-Mad'oon, those who are being called to the good, they are four. All who human, they are four categories. When you're calling someone to the haqq, you have to know who this group is. And then you treat according to. One group will remind us. Now, Abdul Malim? Ahsant. Ignorant. Someone who doesn't know it. Someone who doesn't know, he's eating with the left hand. Your little son, little daughter, she's eating with the left hand. She doesn't know it. What should you do? Just tell her, simply tell her. Do you slap her? La. You don't do that. This person doesn't know, just teach. So someone doesn't know, just to teach. That's all he needs. Teach. That's one group. Second group, who are they? Yes. Second group. Now. Ahsant. Very good. The person who is confused, the person who doesn't know right or wrong. I come to that. Second group. Now. Mu'anid, the one who is rejecting, the stopper, the one who rejecting whatever you say. I will come to that. Their second group. Then in order. Now. The one who has knowledge, but he misunderstands. That's another group. Still, I'm missing the group I'm looking for. Uthman. Very good. The one who's shy. نعم يا أبا وائل. نعم رمزي. أحسنت. هذا هو. Is somebody who knows, and he knows he's wrong, but he's following desire. Akhi, why are you smoking? Astaghfirullah, akhi. Since young I was smoking. I'm really tested with this one. Make dua for him. This is someone he knows. He agree with you is wrong. Is a second category. The third one, the one you mentioned, he thinks he's right and he's wrong. The fourth one is the one you mentioned, the stubborn, the one who rejecting whatever you say it. So someone doesn't know it, he needs to be taught. Someone he knows and he knows he's wrong, he needs to be advised, admonition. Tell him the evil consequence of disobeying Allah. Naam, the good of obeying Allah. That doesn't need anything but reminding. He agree with you. He reminding, the admonition, reminding Akhirah, the Jannah, the dunya, the worldly life. That's what that one knows. He knows. The third, he's the one who thinks he's right and he's wrong. He's confused. He's the one who thinks he's right, the innovator. He thinks he's right. This one, he need argument. This is the one who need debate. This one, the one who need argument, the one who need debate, removing the doubts, bringing the proof, like ayah in this ayah. Now, the fourth are the one who rejecting it. The one who rejecting the truth, and he has signs. From that he lied on you. You said this and you didn't say. The one who cursing you, the one who is slandering you. What is slandering? You Wahhabi. Did I call you to Wahhabi? Why are you using these slander words? Let me get to the point. Now you eat the dates. So what if I eat a date? Don't you? What that has to do with this? Okay? So that one, you don't argue with him. This is the one Allah mentioned here. ثُمَّ ذَرْهُمْ فِي خَوْضٍ يَلْعَبُونَ. No benefit of argument. Allah mentioned, the ulama, they mentioned these three categories in Surah An-Nahl, the ayah, أُدْعُ إِلَى سَبِيلِ رَبِّكَ بِالْحِكْمَةِ, knowledge, وَالْمَوْعِظَةِ الْحَسَنَةِ, good admonition, وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنَ, debate with them in the best. Even the one you debate, the mubtadi', you don't curse, you don't belittle him. Some people, they giving da'wah to an innovator, is very bad. Wallahi, it's very bad. It's not the way of the messengers of Allah. They slandering the person, they mocking of the person, they making fun of the person. It's like they want to show me he's down, they higher. That's not the way it is. This one, debating with haqq. Yes, what you say is wrong because Allah said, the Messenger ﷺ said, the hadith you're using is weak hadith. Yes, this issue was said by some scholars, but the scholars before them from Ahl Sunnah, early generation, they never did this. They're more knowledgeable and the like. And the fourth group, Allah mentioned, subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنَ إِنَّ رَبَّكَ هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنْ ضَلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِالْمُهْتَدِينَ. At the end of this verse, Allah mentioned those three categories. Is your Lord who knows the one who is guided the most, and it's Him who knows who deserves to be guided. It's Allah who knows who deserves to be guided. You convey the message. Convey the message. If there is someone from your family non-Muslim, just give good books. Give them good website. Give them the noble Quran. Alhamdulillah, leave it with Allah. Leave it with Allah. He knows who deserves the guidance, subhanahu wa ta'ala. You take the proper means. The fourth group Allah mentioned in Surah, for instance, Ankabut. وَلَا تُجَادِلُوا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا مِنْهُمْ. Don't debate with the people of the book except that which is the best. When you debate with someone, the best. Give the person time to talk. Understand where he's coming from. Allow him to talk. Don't yell on him. Don't cut him off. Let him talk. He and remove every doubt he has. Replace it with sunnah. Not qila wa qal. He said, I said, my sheikh said, his sheikh said. You didn't bring anything new. Allah said, Messenger said, Sahaba said. العلم قال الله قال رسوله قال الصحابة وما سوى ذاك وسواس الشيطان. Other than that is whisper of shaitan. Be you revive to yourself if you wish. Allah said, Messenger said, Sahaba said. You mention anything else, have to go by those three. Don't stand by itself. Quran wa Sunnah ala fahmi salaf al-ummah. Allah said, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا مِنْهُمْ, except those who oppress among them, the transgressors among them. Means don't debate with them. So this is ثُمَّ ذَرْهُمْ فِي خَوْضِهِمْ يَلْعَبُونَ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after He Azza wa Jalla mentioned that He sent down the book of Torah, and that He should subhanahu wa ta'ala send a book because He is Allah. And whoever estimates Allah is Allah, the haq, the right estimation, should easily understand that Allah sent a book to guide His creation. And that book has to be a book of light and guidance. And that book should be exposed, all of it. Not shouldn't be hidden anything from the book. And that book consists of a knowledge the human didn't know it. After Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk about that book of Prophet Musa, Allah in the next ayah, He talk about this Quran. Let we see this Quran, the description of the Quran. The description of this Quran, you have it in your hand, the book of Allah. Allah said in verse 92, وَهَذَا كِتَابٌ. And this means the Quran is kitabun anzalna, is a book, is a blessed book which we have sent down. Is a kitab, is a book, anzalnahu, we send it down. Allah said we send it down. And the book is Mubarak, is blessed, full of barakah, full of good and khair. Barakah. So much blessings in it. This book, مُصَدِّقُ الَّذِي بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, it confirms the revelation which come before it. It confirms the books which before it, including the book of Torah. And that was book of Allah, it was book of light, book of guidance, full of knowledge. This Quran, so it's a book that Allah sent down. And it is a blessed book. And it is a book which confirms the book is before it, the revelation is before it. This book, وَلِتُنذِرَ أُمَّ الْقُرَى وَمَنْ حَوْلَهَا, so that you, or the Messenger Muhammad, may warn the mother of towns, Makkah, and all those around it, all the earth. The mother of cities, the mother of towns is Makkah, is the Makkah, and all around it. Then, now another question. This question is almost close to the question before, similar to the one before. Allah said, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ. Those who believe in the hereafter, believe in it, means believe the Quran. وَهُمْ عَلَى صَلَاتٍ يُحَافِظُ, and they are constant in guarding their salah. They observe their prayer. Those who believe akhirah, those who believe hereafter, they believe the Quran. And they observe and establish their prayers. So you have a description in the first ayah, the description of someone who honors Allah. He has to believe Allah sent down a book. And here you have the description of someone who believes akhirah. He has to do two things. He has to believe the Quran and he has to establish the prayer. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ. Those who believe آخرة, يُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ, they believe the Quran. وَهُمْ عَلَى صَلَاتٍ يُحَافِظُونَ, and they are constant in guarding their salah, their prayer. So someone who says he believes truly آخرة, he truly believes life after death, a day of reckoning, a day of judgment, and he rejects the Quran, is a liar. Someone who says he believes the Quran, truly he believes the Quran, and he doesn't pray, he doesn't guard his salah, he doesn't constantly pray the salah, then he doesn't believe the Quran. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ أي بالقرآن وَهُمْ عَلَى صَلَاةٍ يُحَافِظُونَ. So the one who doesn't believe Quran, he is the one who doesn't fear Allah. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ. Those who believe the day of judgment, they believe the Quran. So the one who doesn't believe the Quran is someone who doesn't fear Allah. Because in the Quran, that you must believe Akhirah. So if he doesn't believe the Quran, if he doesn't believe the day of judgment, he doesn't believe the Quran. In this ayah, verse 92, Allah said, وَهَذَا كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مُبَارَكٌ, and this is a book, this is a blessed book which we have sent down. So the Quran was sent down by Allah Azza wa Jal. It's not from Messenger Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam or from any other creation. Rather, it is from the Creator, Allah Azza wa Jal. And also the Quran is Mubarak. Is a blessed book. Who give us example how Quran is Mubarak, how Quran is blessed? Mubarak, Barakah. You know what Barakah is? Yes. Ahsant. Quran Mubarak. Quran, from the Barakah of the Quran, it is the speech of Allah Azza wa Jal, one of the description of Allah, Kalamullah. The rest of talk you have it is Kalamul Nas, Kalamul Makhluq. Quran is Kalamullah Azza wa Jal. The book is Allah sent down, is His speech. And imagine speech of Allah Azza wa Jal. Quran is blessed. Every letter you recite, how many hasanah you get? 10 hasanat or more. Today people don't realize, but they will realize the day of judgment. When you see the people who recite Quran, every letter they recite, they get 10 hasanat, if not more. From the blessing of the Quran, which is special only to the Quran, that you get reward. If you read it, even if you don't know the meaning. That means those hasanat, 10 hasanat, you get even if you do not know the meaning of Quran. Because the Quran is Mubarak. Quran is Mubarak. If you listen, you have mercy. إذا قرأ القرآن فاستمعوا له وأنصتوا لعلكم ترحمون. You listen, the book of Allah is mercy. You get mercy from Allah. Quran is blessed, is cure. First and mainly cure to the heart, to the soul, which is the most important in the body. We consist of human body and soul. Quran is the cure to the soul. Shifa'un lima fi sudur. And also it's cure for the body. Alhamdulillah. How many people were possessed with jinn? How many people had so many physical diseases? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them shifa by the Quran. How many people Allah protect them from calamity because they were reciting Quran? No doubt that. I mentioned this before. I'm repeating this. One night I was driving a car. I left the masjid after Isha. I was reciting Quran, and one of the brothers called me from another state. And we talked about the ayat I was reciting. And then on my way, there was a checkpoint, police checkpoint. And I remember it's like still see it also. Years back. But still here in Georgia. And then I didn't like that because I was not ready to be stopped by police. It's not convenient. They take your time, and the question is, I don't like it. I don't know other people. So And then they align. So no car can go back and no car can pass them. They have to stop every car. So I see I have to go. And I check my wallet, I don't have it. I don't have my driver lesson. Then I say to the brother who was talking to me, Akhi, there is a police in front of me. They don't allow the phone. They have questions. So, inshallah, what police? And I tell checkpoint, I don't have my wallet. He said, weren't you reciting the Quran a while ago? I say, yes. Allah said in Quran, وَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ جَعَلْنَا بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ حِجَابًا مَسْتُورًا. If you recite Quran, we make between you and those who don't believe Akhirah a screen. He said, don't worry about it. Wallah, I never forget his certainty, his yaqeen on the Quran. Al-Muhim, and then when I approached them, they asked me, do I have a lesson? I don't have it. So they put a red paper or red stick to the glass of the front glass of the car, which means the one before, they see me and they take me to a left, where they take into those who have a violation or something like that. And that's what happened to me. Take me to the left. When I turn to the left, on my right side, a guy, they squeezing him 4 or 5 people, screaming. And they tell me, move forward. I say, you taking you to the worst place. That's what I say to myself. They take me from the way, from the normal street. And those they took is already on the ground. I say, you are worse. They take you all the way to back. I don't even think I had insurance at that time. SubhanAllah, sometimes we forget the insurance, the emission. Too much rules. You don't remember sometimes. Yes, SubhanAllah. Anyway, so they take me, go, move. Everyone sending me the one after him, move. I go. Until at the end, I'm coming back to the normal street. And I go on my way. I surprised. Wallahi alladhi rafa'a as-sama'a bighayri amad. It's not one incident, it's not 2 incidents. So, the Quran of Allah is alhamdulillah, mahfoud. Yani, Quran, speech of Allah. Quran of Allah, speech of Allah, in the day of judgment, there is a competition in the Jannah for the believers. يقال لصاحب القرآن اقرأ وارقى ورتل كما كنت ترتل في الدنيا فإن منزلك عند آخر آية تقرأها. In the Jannah you'll be said, go up, recite, and recite slowly as you used to do in the worldly life. The Quran. Why you reciting? Your last, because your position, your location in the Jannah is going to be with the last verse you recite. So the more you recite, the higher you get in Jannah. Quran is blessed if you act upon it. All your life is going to be good, alhamdulillah. Let alone akhirah blessings, here Jannah blessings, grave life blessings. If somebody applied the Quran properly, he has good life in this worldly life. The worldly life doesn't mean good life. You have a big house, it doesn't necessarily mean. It means the real life, which is the peace of mind, heart full of confidence, security and safety and peace, no grief and worry and depression, anxiety and problems. Allah makes things easy. Allah said in Quran, أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. In the remembrance of Allah, it makes the heart settle. You find someone who is upon Quran, he's really poor, he's really sick, wallah, he's sick. So many diseases, but his heart is full of happiness, smiling, alhamdulillah. You're surprised, subhanallah. The one who walking is not feeling this life. Because Allah said in Quran, وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِنَ الصَّالِحَاتِ من الصالحات من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة. Yes, the one who does righteous action of believing woman, man and woman, while he believes in Allah Azza wa Jal, surely will make him live a good life. That's in this dunya. وَلَنَجْزِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْرَهُمْ بِأَحْسَنِ الَّذِي كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. The hereafter, they will be rewarded the best of what they did. So the Quran, حياة طيبة. I conclude with this one. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, He never married. He never married. And no doubt he was not able, because he knows the sunnah of the Messenger ﷺ encouragement to get married. And he is the first one who should apply, the ulama, especially like Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah. So he didn't. This Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah, he refuted all the innovators, all the kuffar, all the innovators, everybody who do wrong. He refuted them with knowledge, with wisdom, with rahmah, kindness, rahimahullah. In a way, even he used to debate with some of the deviators who deny the attributes of Allah. He used to say, if I would have said what you say, I would have been a disbeliever. But you, to me, you are not, because you're ignorant. Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah. So this Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah, they put him in a jail, humiliate him, he and his student. Finally, they said, Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah, now you are in your last final. Yes, they make a decision. You are in really very danger after now. Then he said, what my enemy can do to me? What can they do to me? They can either kill me, and that's shahada. I enter Jannah. They can deport me, kick me out from the land, and they used to do. I will have, he said, freedom to call people to Allah. They can put me in a jail for ibadah. I worship Allah as they put me in a jail. Focus on. And that's what happened. And he made his fatwa over 50 volumes, full of ilm. So wherever they take him, he's in a peace. In a jail, worshiping Allah. To him, is not all calamity happened to him. Like Prophet Yusuf is giving da'wah in the jail, calling people to Tawheed. They deport him, he will call people to Allah there. They kill him, he will enter Jannah. He said, what my enemy can do to me? So look the kind of life he lives. Whatever his situation is, he's happy with. Because of the Quran, because of the sound aqidah, because of the correct ibadah, because of the good akhlaq, because of what Allah gave him. So the Quran of Allah is a book full of blessings. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guarantee us. Sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabiyyina Muhammad.